Well, my name is Ishmael Hope, and I'm a lead writer for the game Never Alone Kusima Inget Tuna. Never Alone Kusima Inget Tuna is a game that explores the Inupiaq people deep into the Inupiaq culture. That it's a side-scrolling puzzle platformer, but that it goes deep into the culture. Kisima Inget Tuna actually means I am never alone in the Inupiaq language. And so that's the idea, is that we are always surrounded. Even if you think you're in the barren landscape of the tundra, you're actually surrounded by constant life and spirit. Well, the game is focused on interdependence, that we have to, even out in the Arctic, we have to rely on each other. We have to, we have the lead people, Nuna, and her friend, the fox, that they have to constantly work together in order to get anywhere. And so they are not alone. And we're also surrounded by the elders, surrounded by the stories of the elders in the game. And so people realize that we're surrounded by the life of the world and our community. The main story arc is based on the story of Kunuk Sayuka, which is this man, and in this case it's a young woman, that is going out to solve this endless blizzard, and they have to somehow make that blizzard stop. But along the way there's a manslayer, which is constantly in so many stories of the Inuit. And then there's things like the northern lights that go down and they try to swoop you and take you away. And there are the little people, which are kind of like just little, strong, enormously strong people that even elders of today, they've seen. And so there are all kinds of things where we try to bring out the myth world, the story world of the Inuit. See, I'm Inupiaq from my mom's side. She told me all kinds of things about being Inupiaq. And she told me a story from my grandmother's grandmother, a girl who became a she-bear and married a bear. And so and that's directly in my own family. And so I was raised as much as my mom could provide, and my dad on my Tlingit side could provide with the stories of the elders. And so I've supplemented that with as much knowledge gathering and time with the elders and studying the stories as I possibly could. And really the way that the elders talk is like they put the vision in your mind. You're following, you're tasting and smelling and seeing everything that they tell you. And now a little bit of that vitality I was hoping to bring into the game. Well, you know, I've got some really good books on Gaelic stories. And as a storyteller, I'm a storyteller. I'm directly in the tradition. I spend my time with the elders, and I know how nourishing and how amazing it is to have that enrichment of being around an older person telling a story. And so there are stories just as amazing as the stories I grew up with everywhere in the world. And so there can be games that reach out. There could be a Gaelic game. There could be a Welsh game. You know, there could be an Elizabethan England game. You know, and it could have that integrity and still be a really good game. And you know, and so I think that's what hopefully it'll provide, is a game like this. They'll watch it, they'll be encouraged, and maybe they'll want to go to Grandpa and ask him to tell a story.